So the date is July 22nd, and it is a Friday. I wanted to go ahead and get this little mini read out for you guys before anybody wakes up in the house. So I have my key card, my Anubis. That's how I always start things out. So we're going to start with the Anubis Oracle, and we'll probably be moving on to the Oceanic Tarot, and then we'll probably, I have my Akashic deck here, so we might move on to the Akashic deck, and then the Tarot, and I have my Thoth Shadow deck if we have some time and nobody wakes up. But we're going to start. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. The Alexa went off for a reminder. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in, starting with the Anubis Oracle. I found this today on the floor. This is a little charm. It's a mushroom. See what that I had in this little charm box, and I woke up today and it was on my carpeted floor, so felt like it might have some significance for someone, so I'm putting it here. And I have my 2 crystal skulls and my rose quartz. So let's go ahead and get started. This is going to be a general love reading. Whenever you find this reading, it's for you. All my readings are timeless. If you are a past subscriber, welcome back. If you're a new subscriber, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general love reading, as I said, and it won't resonate with everyone, but it'll resonate with someone. All right, so what do our twin soul, twin flame, soulmates need to know? Okay, the first card that we have is number 24, the Desert. Sacred archetype, oh God, I cannot say that word. Sacred archetypal element of fire. I think I said that right. So this is an element card. It represents the element of fire. So this is about igniting your passion, igniting the passion inside of your person. Your person could be a fire sign. It's number 24. If you add it up, 4 and 2 is 6. So 6 is also the number of spirituality. All right, so we have number 21, Nut and Geb, wholeness, creation. I hope I said that right. G-E-B. I think it's either Geb or Geb. Wholeness, creation of sacred purpose, and divine parents. That's beautiful. It's number 21. And I'm not too familiar with that card, so we're going to go ahead and read it. We're going to get just one more from here, since I can only fit 3 cards on my card holder. Whoops. It's a little bit hot in here because I turned my air off so that you guys could hear me. We have Sacred Purpose again. This comes out every single reading I do with the Anubis Oracle. It's number 7, Sacred Purpose. It's Ta, Nut, Geb, and Anubis. And that has to do with finding your soul purpose. So basically what I feel like is for most of you twin souls, when you meet your person, they're sort of going to activate your soul purpose or your life purpose. When you meet them, things will sort of fall into place, like, which is, usually what happens anyways. It's sort of a divine falling into place. Because you do know when you meet your person, it sort of is like, there's a certain type of divine timing in play. And if you look at the Sacred Purpose card, it is the perfect alchemized marriage of light and dark. There's the moon and the sun, which represents the divine masculine and the divine feminine. There's all of the elements pretty much in this card. There's, the water, which represents the emotions, the stars, which can represent fire. Here we have wind in this one. And then the sun, which I already said represents fire. I'm going to go ahead. This is earth, obviously. There's earth in both cards. Isn't it funny that we have all of the elements that came out in this? Because we have wind, fire, earth, water. All right, we're going to go ahead and read the first card, which is the desert. It's pretty self-explanatory, though. It's the elements of fire. So it says this card represents the energy of true transformation. Fire is quick. It can consume everything in its path in the blink of an eye. So this is heavy energy of transformation, meaning, death as transformation energy. We know that Anubis is famous for burning things and destroying things that no longer serve us for our highest good. So this card talks about pushing towards the death of the old and the struggle for new birth. And I think this is very interesting. I wanted to read this to you. It says, "It is in our willingness to die to the old and leap into the fires of transformation that we surrender the outcome and the future to wisdom beyond our egoic minds and our egoic designs. Trial by fire speaks of the tempering quality of fire. It burns away everything except for the essence of what needs to be carried forth. Out of the flaming heat, true wisdom is born, rising up out of the desert pyre like a phoenix with brilliant multicolored feathers glinting in the relentless sun. When you draw this card, it indicates that you are in a fiery process of death, rebirth, and transformation." All right, so it says that you can meditate on the desert and fire, and light some candles, and consider what no longer serves you. So the fire is guiding you to your highest timeline. For those of you that like to meditate, it would be beneficial to sit and meditate in front of a flame and ask your guides or ask Anubis, who is the master of death and transformation. You know, he's one of the gods of death, to destroy all things that are no longer serving you and to bring forth this beautiful transformation, which is going to serve you for your greater purpose and burn anything that is keeping you from your twin flame union. All right, so now we're going to move on to number 21. Now, I'm not familiar with this card at all. I do know what the sacred purpose one is, and we went over that a little bit. So this is card 21, Nut and Gabe. Gab. I'm going to say Gabe. Sounds like Gabe. Okay. Creation of sacred purpose or divine parents. Nut and Gabe represent the Taz dreaming of the universe, at least in terms of the perspective of human consciousness. Nut is the night sky herself, the vault of stars that arches over and surrounds her lover, Gabe, who is the earth. So it represents the sky and the earth. The two exist eternally in sacred longing for one another. Merged in passionate intent, they form a sacred union of wholeness and co-creation. They are the parents of Isis, Osiris, Set, Nephthys, and the elder Horus, and all physical form enters our three-dimensional earth plane reality through the portal that they create. Nut and Gabe are the divine parents who help to initiate us and birth us into our sacred purpose as we spiral around the great wheel of life, death, and rebirth on our shamanic path towards embodiment of our enlightened heart and mind. We are meant to awaken and remember our connection to the divine so that we can become adult children of the gods and assume more responsibility in caring for our sacred planet Earth. That's beautiful. We also inherit the powers of the ancient ones as we grow in their likeness. If you've pulled this card, you have completed a great round of transformation in your life and are ready to step out into the world with sacred purpose and a strong sense of your wholeness. Embodying the sacred marriage. Oh my God, didn't I say that was sacred purpose? It's amazing. Embodying the sacred marriage, you contain the merging of the feminine and masculine energies inside yourself and bring those fully balanced energies into your life and the life of others. You may find yourself experiencing a deep sense of peace and well-being as you remember that you are both human and also divine. You are at home both on earth and in the great star nation. The more you reflect upon this card, the more you will feel as though you have come home. That is so beautiful. And that is another sync for me. I have been seeing a lot of things about coming home, being home. So that is quite a beautiful synchronicity. So they do say that when you meet your person, there is this very distinct feeling of coming home or being home. There's a sense of comfort that, cannot be matched anywhere else. All right. And then we talked a little bit about sacred purpose, about, I feel like your person is going to, in some way, unlock a huge form of your destiny. Not that you haven't unlocked most of it yourself, but when you meet your twin soul, now this doesn't always happen with the soulmate. Your soulmate will enrich your life in many ways, but a twin flame or twin soul union is meant to change your life in many different ways, not just in the positive as what happens with a soulmate connection. A soulmate will change your life in a positive way, as in they sort of make your life more comfortable and they feel very comfortable. Now, a twin soul will feel uncomfortable at times because they will trigger you to be your greatest self. They will make you question all of your belief systems, and they'll tear down all of the old structures that you've been shown about love. And it's meant for that to happen. And oftentimes they will unlock the biggest aspects of your life's purpose or life's mission. Basically, what I would call your main destiny or your main purpose in life. I'm sipping on coffee. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on. We're going to do some Akashic. And now for those of you that say, I'm not allowed to access the Akashic Records, you are allowed to access the Akashic Records as long as it is a general collective reading. So for instance, I can tap into the collective Akashic Records. I just do not have permission to tap into your personal records to say, to find something out without your permission. Now, there is a special clause to that. If you give me permission to access your Akashic Records in order to help you heal, then by all means, yes, then I can tap into the Akashic Records. For this reading purposes, I am able to tap into the collective Akashic Records in order to do this reading. So I did do my research on this to discover, and I learned that from my Akashic Records teacher, Julian Jenkins. So we're going to go ahead and tap into the Akashics. I just seen a little ant. I hope I didn't hurt him. Oh, nope, he's right there. Okay. Hey, buddy. Welcome to my energy read. Okay. All right, so what do our... Whoa, that was quick. What do our twin souls, soulmates need to know? All right, so the first card we have is number 13, forgiveness. This is such an important message and lesson to learn. Now, Spirit is saying they want you to work on forgiving yourself and forgiving your parents and forgiving possibly your twin soul if they have hurt you in some way. Now, the lesson of forgiveness is a difficult one because people tend to think that when you forgive someone, it means that you're allowing them to get away with, hurting you or distressing you in some form or fashion. Now, if someone has done something absolutely horrendous and hurtful, you can forgive them for yourself in order for you to move forward and to have closure. Now, closure does not mean that this person is going to come back and say that they did something nasty to you or something to hurt your feelings. They're not necessarily going to even apologize or acknowledge their part in hurting you. But it's important for you to forgive them and to move on so that you can have closure. And closure means that you have shut that door personally. It doesn't mean that you're going to talk to this person again. It doesn't mean that you're going to connect with this person ever again. But it does mean that you have to let go of any bad feelings or ill or negative feelings in regards to that situation and send it love so that you can move forward in love and peace. So closure is for you. It's not for, the person. It's so that you can move forward. And forgiving yourself is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. We have release and let go. Number 30. Forgiveness was number 13, which is, by the way, my lucky number. And then we have 30, release and let go. We're going to pull one more. Again, the energy comes up of death and transformation. It's time to shed the old things that are no longer serving you and to allow room for the things that are serving you. Number 31, religion. Look at that. We have so many threes. So we have 13 and 31, which is an inversion of 13. And then we have 30. So we have 333, guys, which is, a very special number. It's an ascended master number. It is the number of the Trinity, God, the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. It's a beautiful, holy number. So we do have, let's talk about release and let go first. So in order for our soul's growth, and I think it's ironic that we have these butterflies here because butterflies represent the soul. So in order for your soul to fully blossom and grow, you need to release things that are heavy on your soul. You need to release all sorts of heavy energies that are weighing your soul down. And I'm always amazed at people when they say that they're, spiritual and they're an energy worker, and yet they have absolutely no idea how energy works. You can't go out and do things that are going to create heaviness on your soul. You can't go out and have, things like, putting lots of chemicals in your body, doing things to poison your body, for instance, doing drugs. I know, like, in the spiritual community, sometimes, like, people will use drugs as a form of enlightenment, and I'm not judging that. But to sit there and do drugs on a regular basis and claim that you're doing it for enlightenment, and then, think that that's not going to have any impact on your soul's growth or the energy of your soul. You think it's not going to weigh your soul down. Having multiple sexual partners at a time. Those are the type of things that weigh down the soul and which cloud your energy. They block your chakra systems, for instance. They make your soul heavy. And, all of these things also have karmic repercussions. So if you have all of this stuff weighing down in your soul, then it makes it harder for your soul's ascension. And, it sludges up your energy and makes it so that you cannot attract anything good into your life. Everything, even if it doesn't create this energetic sludge, which it does, your soul has to be clear in order to magnetize beautiful things to you. And, doing things that are not for your soul's calling is a way of just creating blockages to your highest path and your highest timeline. And I was going to say something else about the soul, and I completely forgot what I was going to say. Just lost my train of thought. But yeah, it's unhealthy for your chakra systems, and it creates blockages. So, that alone is enough to deter any of those actions. Hold on one second. Okay, I remember what it was now. Also, the karmic repercussions of doing things like this will affect you karmically, and it will make you be stuck in a loop, an energy loop, where you're just going around and repeating these harsh lessons, which will not be easy for you. And it just holds your ascension process back. So the last card that we have is religion. And so Spirit is asking that you release any religious ties. So spirituality is about loving God and about loving yourself, and it's about your soul's growth, and that has absolutely nothing to do with religion. So a lot of people get the two mixed up. They're like, oh, heaven, hell, blah, blah, blah. And FYI, there's no such thing as hell. Any hell that we create is something that we create for ourselves on this earth. There's no, like, I know in the Christian religion, there is belief in an all-powerful, mighty God. And when we decide to put our belief system in, a higher power and believe that that higher power is not accessible to us, then we are worshiping something outside of ourselves. And it's hard to lose sight of, the fact that we are, in fact, co-creators with God. So God is not something that is to be worshipped outside of us, but to be taken inside of us and to be loved inside of us. We are all a part of God. So there's nothing outside of ourselves that we need to search for or to love, other than loving ourselves and, believing that God is a part of us and inside of us, not something outside of us to be found. That being said, there's no reason to create. Sorry, that's my cat. There is no reason to create a devil or a dark side, because the dark side also exists within us and is asking to be loved as well. It was just 2636 on my phone, so that's an angel code for someone. So Spirit is asking that you integrate any old belief systems you have around religion, to release any vows of chastity or poverty, or, any past lives where you were prosecuted for your religion. They're asking that you see the positive in all religions. See the positives in, the Buddhist religions, the Christian religions, the Catholic religions, the Protestants, whatever it is, whatever religion, there is always some truths in those religions. And most of the religions are based in love. So you can always take that beautiful aspect of religion and sort of allow it to release all of these past lives where you had any pain in relation to religion. And remember that the best religion is love. All right, so we're going to move on. Oh, sorry about that, Anubis. Let's fix ya. All right, so we're going to move on to the tarot, because my cat's over there being cray. Hope you guys can see. I'm using just the sunlight, and I didn't turn on any lights. So I'm thinking maybe I should turn on the light, but I like to conserve energy for our Mother Earth. All right, let's get the final message. Anubis has not wanted to stay. Let's fix you with a crystal. Let's put you right up against the rose quartz. All right, so what do our twin souls or soulmates need to know? What is the final message you have for them? Then we'll pull one shadow card if we have time. Let's go ahead and cut these. I feel like my children won't be sleeping for very much longer, so try to finish up this reading and get it out for you guys. And for those of you that know me personally, know that my birthday is coming up too. Yay! On July 28th. It's getting hot in here. It's coffee. All right, last 3 cards, please. Whoa, there we go. We have Knight of Wands, activity. So some of you are possibly dealing with the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. 2 of Cups, partnership. So basically, if you are following along and doing the work which Spirit is giving you from these readings. You know, I just recently did a twin soulmate energy update, and there was lots of things that Spirit was pushing. A lot of energy work that the Spirits was pushing on the twin souls so that you guys can find your union. All of these readings I do are channeled so that you can be your greatest self, so that you can attract in your counterpart. So if you're following along and doing the work, some of you are going to be getting that union. There's your proof. But you have to do the work. Last card that flew out is the Three of Wands, motivation. Isn't that funny? Yes, you have to have the motivation to... I'm going to turn on this light. Maybe open the curtain more. Whoops. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Is that a little bit better? All right, so... Whoa! It's awful clumsy. Running into stuff here. All right, it didn't really help. And I keep bumping my tripod with my leg. Okay, so we have the Knight of Wands. And I know it means something different in this book than it does. But I'll tell you what, right now, heavy off this card, the Knight of Wands, there's an energy of some sort of discovery. Hold on. There's also the energy of two, just like the Two of Cups. There's the energy of duality, of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies coming together. It also feels like there's a lot of healing going on in the background. Yeah, see, it says there's no more waiting around when this night arrives. As every aspect of your life receives an energy burst. See, I said there was some sort of energy of like a discovery. It's basically communication. There's a discovery made and communication is going to come in very quickly, which is going to lead to union for some of you. It says expected download of emails, messages, calls, decisions, offers, and opportunities. Wow, listen to this. It says you can now make progress professionally at home and in your relationships. See, I told you. Wow, it also says travel and moving house. So for some of you, this will be actual union, like moving in with your person. It could be just you moving on and, you know, finding that union with your person when you do move on. It said movement is going to be very quickly. The main advice also in this card, it says to stay grounded. If you're grounded, you'll make great steps towards your success. It says you get to choose which people, situations, or projects will benefit most from your efforts and your attentions. So the key words are energy, movement, passion, focus, balance, communication. Ooh, I just said that. And relationships. So for those of you that haven't received communication from your person, expect it really soon. All right, so the Two of Cups is self-explanatory. It is the two cups of love. It represents marriage, divine union, the balancing of the divine masculine and divine feminine energies. It represents the divine marriage within yourself. You know, the marriage of the divine masculine and feminine energies inside of you. It represents two people perfectly suited for each other. It represents, you know, divine unions, twin soul unions, soulmate unions, relationships, and love in its highest form. All right, so we have 3 of Wands. Again, we have the energy of fast forward movement. All right. It says, in love, it predicts a new relationship, celebrations such as weddings and engagements. I told you. Union. It's also a card of travel. So again, we have travel. That's 2 times. So for some of you, you're going to be traveling to see your person, or they're going to be traveling to see you. If you guys live a significant distance away from each other, then, you know, one of you or both of you are going to make the effort to try to come and see the other. All right. It says you may find yourself taking an unusual approach to a dilemma or a situation, finding ingenious ways to problem solve and to get your message across. That's awesome. It says to think collaterally and try new ways to fire your communication and creativity. The keywords for this card is travel, relationships, weddings, originality, success, arts, and sports. So for some of you, your person is either an artist or is into some kind of sports. So maybe your person is into sports. Like they could be, like, for some of you, it'll be like a professional football player. Maybe they are a professional basketball player. I don't know. There's heavy energy of like some kind of sports, like done for a living. For some of you, I see your person painting or creating things with their hands, sculpting, and arts can include anything, not just painting. Could be like, you know, your person is a writer or they're a musician. I can't talk today. All right. So we're going to go ahead and conclude this reading. Oh, you know what? I did say I was going to pull a shadow card. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll do 1 shadow card and then we're going to call it a reading. Did I get all? Yes, all the cards out of my Thoth deck. All right. Do we have any shadows that we want our twin souls or soulmates to work on during this cycle to get them to their union faster, Spirit? 1 card, please, for shadow. They're like, we're going to need more than that. Nonsense. We don't have that many shadows, do we, guys? I'm going to put that out there. Princess of Discs. So this is Knight of Pentacles. That's Earth sign energy. So I'm not too familiar with this card. I think the Knight of Pentacles is about mainly just Earth tasks. So as in staying grounded. I feel like a lot of us right now are having trouble staying grounded. We sort of want to be off in La La Land in 5D and not really focusing on the 3D aspects of creating goals in order to, you know, sort of ground yourself and create heaven here on earth. In order to do that, we have to set our goals, you know, in the 3D in order to create our heaven on earth in the 5D, if that makes sense. You got to put in the work. So, but I'm going to look it up too. So, oops. It's a lot of, oh no, this is, I was going to say fire sign, but this is earth sign energy. All right, so it says also that this is the card of loyalty. Yeah, see, it says, it talks about going slow and steady, planning your moves. So again, being grounded. It says any offer that comes can be taken seriously. So if your person does come slowly but surely with an effort of love, and a cup of love, be sure to take that seriously, because this has been a long time coming, and I feel like your person has put a lot of thoughts and effort into, how they're going to make their move back to you, so to speak. It says this card often shows business investments and projects that have good future potential. So see, this isn't a shitty offer of love. It says it's also associated with choosing the perfect home. So yes, there's a heavy energy of moving here. Some of you are going to be moving and finding your dream homes. It says it's the right time to make a serious decision about your future. So your person has put a lot of thought into having this future with you. And in order to conquer this shadow of like not being able to sort of plan for their future, it's imperative that you get grounded and start planning what you want for your future. Okay? Because this is coming up as a shadow. So there's not enough planning for your future. You need to start thinking about what it is that you want from this union, and what it is, most importantly, that you want for yourself. Once you focus on what it is that you want and start getting your shit together, it's going to make it easier for your person to decide what they want and what they want from this union. And it'll be easier for them to plan their life out in order to sort of fit you into their life plan. Does that make sense? All right, so it says the hard work might not be exciting, but the results will bring you great fulfillment. So the keywords are order, planning, trust, work, property, investments, and progress. So you are making progress forward, but Spirit is asking that you keep the progress going. Slow and steady wins the race. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I love you so very much. If you wanted to book a reading with me, go ahead and look in the description box below all my videos. Hit that little arrow and it'll take you to my website and all of my social media pages, my Etsy shop, and the places where you can tip me and all of those wonderful things. I love you all so much.